Right now at noon, the U.S. is making significant progress in the battle against COVID-19, with cases decreasing in all 50 states. And a North Carolina DA says the deputies who shot and killed Andrew Brown Jr. last month were justified.
This is News 3 Now at noon.
Good afternoon. I'm Mark Kent. Thanks for tuning in on this Tuesday afternoon. We're expecting to learn whether Dane County will make changes to its mask mandate in about a half an hour. Public health officials and local leaders are holding a press conference at the Alliant Energy Center. We have a crew there, and you can watch a live stream of the announcement on channel3000.com and our Facebook page. Right now, masks are still required indoors in Dane County, despite the CDC's guidance last week that dropped the requirement in most spaces for people who are fully vaccinated. New at noon, Hy-Vee is not requiring customers or employees to wear masks anymore unless there's a local masking ordinance in place. Employees who are not vaccinated will need to wear face coverings, and it's highly recommended that non-vaccinated customers do the same. CVS Pharmacy and Target have announced similar changes following the CDC's update mask wearing guidance. But again, masks must still be worn in places where local mandates are in place. Trader Joe's, Walmart, Costco, and Starbucks have dropped their mask requirements for fully vaccinated people as well. The Biden administration says COVID-19 infections are down in all 50 states for the first time since the pandemic began. Nationwide, new cases are down 87% since January, and deaths are down 82%.
The past week has been a big week, with progress and milestones that set us on a path out of this pandemic.
With cases down and vaccinations up, even uneven mask policies across the country are leading to some confusion. That's evident on Capitol Hill, where the House still has rules about wearing masks, while the Senate does not. Masks are required on the House floor until all members and floor staff are fully vaccinated. At least 25 states are lifting mask mandates to match the CDC's new guidance for fully vaccinated Americans. But the vaccines may not protect people taking immunosuppressant drugs. After getting an mRNA vaccine, people with normal immune systems produce antibodies against the virus that causes COVID. But researchers at Johns Hopkins Medical found that after being fully vaccinated, almost half of transplant patients produced no antibodies at all. Researchers recommend that even immunocompromised patients taking less powerful medications consider having their antibody levels tested.
It is not unreasonable to seek more data in the form of a quantitative, reliable antibody test that you then discuss with your doctor.
An estimated 10 million people in the U.S. have compromised immune systems. They include organ transplant recipients and patients with disorders like lupus, rheumatoid arthritis, and Crohn's disease. A Madison woman who was fully vaccinated has died of coronavirus complications. Her sons say her underlying health conditions made her more vulnerable to infection. 75-year-old Olivia Kingrey had diabetes and a kidney condition, among other health issues. She died on Sunday while in hospice at a Madison nursing home. One of her sons, Dr. Seth Kingrey, says the combination of medicines she was taking impaired her immune response to the vaccine, so she probably did not produce as many antibodies. Rain should be moving through soon. Let's head to the Weather Center. Meteorologist Chris Reese has a look at your certified most accurate forecast. Hi, Chris.
Hey, good morning, Mark. That's one of the things we talked about this morning. I said if you're headed out the door, grab the umbrella, but also grab the sunglasses, because we saw that sunshine earlier on, but clouds are really starting to increase right now. But I want to talk about temperatures first. It feels good. We're at 74 right now. Winds are out of the south and east at 17. It's that strong southerly wind flow that's really aiding these temperatures and being able to take off. So I've actually adjusted today's high from 70 to 75 or so. That rain's getting ready to move in, though. So check this out. We're at 75 in Lone Rock, 74 in Madison, 73 in Janesville. Here's a line of 60s. That's exactly where we're tracking a lot of those showers right now. Moving fresh into the picture, we start to zoom in on Dane County, and things are dry for us at the moment. But we jump to the south, right around Rock County, Greene County, Lafayette County. You're starting to see that rainfall fall towards Beloit. You're seeing that rainfall around Monroe. That's working its way up towards Monticello. There's more where this came from to our south, and this is going to be streaming northward as we go throughout the rest of the afternoon. So we start to break out these rain chances. Expect to get wet for a while, but you want to keep that umbrella handy overnight and into Wednesday, as we're going to see more and more of those rain chances, Mark. We're just moments away from the rain starting to fall in Madison.
Well, we need it. So
yes, we do.
That's good news.
There's several rain chances to break down, too.
Good. All right, Chris, we'll check back in a few minutes. New at noon, a North Carolina district attorney says the deputies who shot and killed Andrew Brown Jr. last month were justified in using deadly force. The DA made the announcement this morning after reviewing the results of a State Bureau of Investigation probe. Officials say deputies clearly identified themselves to 42-year-old Brown, who refused orders to stop and drove his car directly at one of the officers. Deputies in Elizabeth City were attempting to serve an arrest warrant. Brown's families and attorneys who have watched the body camera and dash cam videos of the shooting call it absolutely and unequivocally unjustifiable. According to Brown's death certificate, he died from a gunshot wound to the head. First responders say the pilot of a single-engine plane suffered only minor injuries after crashing into a building near the Racine Airport runway. The plane broke into pieces after hitting an industrial building just past the runway of Baton Airport around 8 o'clock last night. The female pilot was the only person on board and was taken to the hospital, but will be okay, and TSB officials will be on scene to investigate today. The death toll is climbing in the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, with 2 more people killed today when a rocket from Gaza struck an Israeli town. At least 213 Palestinians have died and 12 people in Israel. President Biden is backing calls for a ceasefire as the violence shows no signs of letting up. Ian Lee reports from London.
Mohammed El-Hadidi cradles his 5-month-old son, Omar. The only child he has left after an Israeli airstrike killed his wife and 4 other sons. Rescuers found Omar alive under the rubble of this house in the arms of his dead mother. The Israeli warplanes targeted my family without warning, Mohammed says. Israel insists it's targeting Hamas militants. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says his military continues to strike at terror targets. For more than a week, airstrikes have hit Palestinian homes, buildings, and underground tunnels allegedly used by Hamas militants. But often, civilians pay the price. Palestinian health authorities say more than 60 children have been killed. Overnight, Gaza militants launched dozens of rockets toward Israel. The vast majority are intercepted by Israel's Iron Dome missile defense system, the multi-billion-dollar technology partially funded by U.S. taxpayers. But some missiles are getting through, like the one that struck a packaging plant in southern Israel today, killing 2 Thai workers. The conflict is also spilling onto the streets in Israel and the West Bank, with Israeli security forces pushing back Palestinians protesting the ongoing violence in Gaza. Ian Lee, CBS News.
The UN Security Council is holding an emergency meeting today to push the end of the devastating conflict. Happening today on Capitol Hill, the House is expected to give final passage to a Senate bill addressing the rise in anti-Asian hate crimes during the COVID-19 pandemic.
I'm truly heartened to see so many of my colleagues over the last year and few months stand against this intolerance and join us in saying that enough is enough. There is no place for hate, underscoring that the discrimination and violence against those of Asian descent is unacceptable and will not be tolerated, demonstrating that Congress has the Asian American community's back, and making clear that an attack on the Asian American community is an attack on all of us.
The legislation passed the Senate on a 94-1 vote last month. It would direct the Department of Justice to expedite the review of COVID-related hate crimes that were reported to law enforcement, help establish ways to report such incidents online, and perform public outreach. There's more to come on News 3 Now at noon. Bank of America is setting the example for businesses deciding to raise the minimum wage. The company already offers a $20 per hour minimum. We'll tell you how much higher that'll be in the next few years. Coming up.
The acid reflux felt like just the worst burning in your throat that you can imagine. It's almost like a fire in your throat. The LINX procedure was one of the best decisions I have made. It has changed my life, and the burning is gone.
Has your home's roof seen better days? Does it have some storm damage? If it's time for a replacement, don't settle for less than the best roof and the best deal. Hi, I'm Andrew Larson, owner of Larson Home Services. My team has earned GAF's exclusive Master Elite status, achieved by only 3% of the contractors in the U.S. That's your assurance that you're dealing with a dependable, professional contractor, and we take very good care of our customers.
The whole process was amazingly simple and easy. My wife, which is important to keep happy, my wife was happy with the whole process. It was very easy, seamless, and it was just a no-brainer to, have it all done.
And your new GAF roof will have a 50-year warranty. It's the last roof you'll ever buy. Order now and get our best offer. Up to $2,000 off, free financing for 12 months, and a $100 Visa gift card. Get your lifetime roof and save now. Call today to set up your free estimate.
Do you suffer from ED? Did you know there could be a way to relieve ED without harmful medications, needles, or surgery? Peak Performance for Men is here to help. Click or call now to treat your ED. And remember, our results make the difference.
It's Steinhoffel's Memorial Day sale. Take 35% off store-wide and save big on the styles you want. A queen mattress, just $349. Or this dual reclining sofa, $699. This queen bed, now $749. This 5-piece dining set, just $999. Or get the patio ready for summer with this 3-piece set, only $999. Plus, with Steinhoffel's special financing, you save even more. Only at Steinhoffel's and Steinhoffels.com.
Home. Daddy! Are you making my favorite?
Yes. Happy birthday, dear Grandma.
Just higher.
Come on, boy. Let's go outside.
Sprinklers protect what fire will destroy. Whether you live in a house or a high-rise, protect it with fire sprinklers. Fire sprinklers buy time. Time buys life. Learn more at firesprinklersbylife.com.
The acid reflux felt like just the worst burning in your throat that you can imagine. It's almost like a fire in your throat. The LINX procedure was one of the best decisions I've made. It has changed my life, and the burning is gone.
Bank of America is raising the minimum wage for its employees. It'll raise its hourly minimum wage to $25 per hour by 2025. The company's CEO says it'll cost hundreds of millions of dollars per year, but the policy will increase loyalty and pay shareholders back in the long term. Bank of America already pays its employees at least $20 per hour. It'll also require all of its vendors and suppliers to pay employees at least $15 per hour. That impacts about 43,000 employees at more than 2,000 vendors. A blowout sales season for one big box retailer and a 90s revival reunites paperbacks with personal pan pizzas. Dane King Hall has your Money Watch reports.
Some people took their stimulus checks straight to Walmart in the first quarter. The nation's biggest retailer says it earned $2.73 billion during the first 3 months of the year. Sales topped $138 billion. Both numbers were better than expected, and Walmart is hiking its forecast for the rest of the year, betting on pent-up demand. Another vaccine option is coming down the pipeline. Sanofi and GlaxoSmithKline say their coronavirus vaccine trials have shown promise, and regulators could greenlight the shot by the end of this year. The companies say they are now moving into phase 3 of testing of their vaccine candidate. As people gear up for summer, get ready for more flight choices. United Airlines says it's expanding its schedule by more than 400 flights beginning in July. The increase will bring it to about 80% of its pre-pandemic schedule. It comes as bookings more than triple 2020 levels. And a throwback for the bookworms out there. Pizza Hut is reviving its Book It program that pairs summer reads with free personal pan pizzas. Camp Book It will be an online program for children from pre-K to 6th grade to set and achieve reading goals. When a goal is reached, kids will receive a certificate for a free personal pie. And that's your CBS Money Watch report. For more, head to cbsmoneywatch.com. At the CBS Broadcast Center, I'm Diane King Hall.
Diane, thank you. Let's check Wall Street at the noon hour. The Dow Industrials down 90. The S&P 500, though, up 65. I'm sure the NASDAQ was up 65, the S&P 500 down almost 4 points. Coming up next at noon, a long stretch of rainy, stormy days about to begin. Chris will have your first warned forecast coming up.
Tonight on CBS, it's a night of suspense, beginning with NCIS, followed by FBI and FBI Most Wanted. Then get a complete wrap-up of the day's news on News 3 Now at 10.
General Heating and Air Conditioning. Our large fleet of service vehicles are nearby, and our mobile fabrication shops allow us to save you time and money. When your home comfort system needs servicing or replacing, turn to the experts at Carrier and General Heating and Air Conditioning.
Give your home years of lasting beauty with Menards' super selection of low-maintenance vinyl siding. Not only does vinyl siding from Menards withstand the extremes of harsh weather, there are dozens of color and profile options to make your home a reflection of your lifestyle. Check out all the options in the store or on Menards.com. Right now, all vinyl siding is 11% off. Save with 11% off everything at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
McGann Furniture in Baraboo has a question for you. Have you ever bought a piece of furniture in a box and then had to put it together yourself? We know it's not fun. At McGann's, everything is professionally inspected and assembled before pickup or delivery. Goodbye headaches, and there's no extra charge for assembly. And remember, at McGann's, we don't inflate prices only to mark them down for a sale. Stop in soon and discover the difference. You'll be glad you did. McGann Furniture, downtown Baraboo.
More Americans are growing their own vegetables than ever before. At Garden Mats, we're here to help people supplement their food supply with fresh, organic vegetables. Whether you are a beginner, novice, or master gardener, Garden Mats make gardening a breeze. Spend your summers trying to keep up with each other, not your weeds. Go to gardenmats.com and plan your garden today.
General Heating and Air Conditioning. Our large fleet of service vehicles are nearby, and our mobile fabrication shops allow us to save you time and money. When your home comfort system needs servicing or replacing, turn to the experts at Carrier and General Heating and Air Conditioning.
Wednesday on News 3 Now this morning, Chris Reese will let us know if we're going to get any more rain. And some women in the 608 are spreading some positivity. Josh Sprider will share their story. Join us between 4:30 and 7.
Hate crime is surging in our communities.
In order for us to stop history from repeating itself, at some point we have to confront it.
Naomi Coles uncovers how far we have to go in combating hate crime in Wisconsin. The State of Hate, starting Wednesday at 6 and 10. The Farm Report is sponsored by Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
And let's check in now with Pam Yankee from the Midwest Farm Report. Some much-needed rain on the way.
Boy, and that is going to be good news for a lot of Wisconsin farmers. I just got off the phone with a farmer that's up by River Falls, far northwest Wisconsin. They have not seen a rain in more than a month, and that is getting concerning for him, who's got not only corn and soybeans, but strawberries as well. Wisconsin farmers have used the dry weather to their advantage. So the latest update as far as planting progress in Wisconsin, 78% of our corn's in the ground, 63% of our soybeans planted. Both those numbers well ahead of our 5-year average. Oats, 92% done. The potatoes, 91% planted. Where I'm noticing farmer comments, though, is regarding the dry weather and the cooler temperatures. You get farther north and multiple frosts that we saw occurring overnight last week and even the week before are putting at risk alfalfa, putting at risk some of those sensitive crops like strawberries, any of the berry crops for that matter. So depending on the growing system that farmers were using, that may really influence how quickly we see things like fresh asparagus or even our early pick strawberries. Like I said, every farm's a little different. If they've got mechanisms in place to try to protect the plants with those frost occurrences, that's great. Not every farm's got it, though, so it's something we're going to have to keep an eye on. Another thing to keep an eye on, I know you've been talking a lot about meat prices. Well, guess what? It's gotten to such a point in Argentina that they announced overnight that they are going to discontinue for 30 days any meat exports. They are seeing their food inflation in Argentina basically skyrocket, and the government is now afraid that if they continue to export their meat, that they are going to put their citizen population at risk of not being able to afford meat in the grocery stores. Already is an escalated price. They're afraid it would only go higher. So for 30 days, Argentina out of the meat market, at least according to traders that I've talked with. Barrel cheese today down 7 1/4 at 162 3/4. 40-pound block cheese dropped a nickel at 163 1/4. The double A butter up 3 at $1.85 1/4. But like I said, the real star today should be Chris and that forecast that's bringing us much needed rain.
Chris is the star every day around here.
Yeah, okay, good.
Okay, thanks, Pam. Here he is with the forecast.
Hey, good afternoon, folks. And we are watching those chances for showers and thunderstorms. I've really been talking about this summer-like pattern that I expect us to move into. That means chances for showers and thunderstorms today, tomorrow, and the next day as well. Really all throughout Wisconsin. Good news, though, none of these days look to bring severe weather as of now. But if you've lived around Wisconsin, you know how that can change in a hurry. So it's something we'll keep a close eye on. The rain is working its way on in. Southern Wisconsin, it is knocking on the door. We're really starting to see this rain between Rock County and Lafayette County. Janesville, the rain is just now starting to get towards the south and western parts of town. Beloit, you're getting a little bit of water falling out of the sky there. Monroe, New Glarus, it's starting to move in. Darlington, Benton, back towards Platteville. Here comes the rain. But in Madison, we're dry right now. The only place we're starting to see showers, it's going to be down around Belleville, eventually working towards Oregon, Fitchburg, and Verona as we go through time. But all of us should see at least a little bit of rainfall before all is said and done. What you're seeing towards the south and west, that's going to be streaming its way northward, and we're going to see multiple rounds of the showers and thunderstorms this afternoon and evening. Overnight tonight, Wednesday will start to clear out some in the afternoon, but then Wednesday night into Thursday, we'll see another round of some of those showers and thunderstorms moving through. And if that's not enough, perhaps Thursday into Thursday afternoon and Thursday night into Friday. So there's no shortage of chances to see the showers and thunderstorms. We're getting cloudier here in Madison right now. Temperatures are still pretty good. 74 is where our temperature stands right now. Check out dew points, though. Into the mid-50s. This is where you're starting to notice that increase in the humidity. Your hair is starting to frizz up just a little bit, but when it comes to summertime and rain chances, we need that around here. Janesville, you're at 73, 75 in Watertown right now. Lone Rock is at 75. Check the temperatures, though. Across south and western Wisconsin, it is cooler into the 60s as that rainfall is cooling the air. Our Queen Bee Radio Sky Camera shows you the rain coming down in Platteville, folks. This is on its way and will continue to provide relief because we know that the ground has been dry for a lot of folks. Look for the off and on showers continuing overnight. Lows will actually stay into the 60s, but I wanted to stop the clock here. This is 7:30 tomorrow morning. A lot of folks are getting ready for their commute. We're going to see more of those showers and thunderstorms then as well, but it'll be more so spotty into the afternoon. Temperatures top out right around 76 degrees. We'll be watching the rainfall closely. If you get repeat showers and thunderstorms over the same spots, you have the best chance of seeing upwards of an inch of rain. But my general expectation is that most of us see between about 1/4 of an inch and then 1/2 an inch before all is said and done. That being said, let's break down your commute this evening. Look for wet roads. This is where the rain is going to be at its heaviest. Tomorrow morning, we'll see some light rain in some spots as well. So again, wet roads are going to be the name of the game. But as you saw, tomorrow afternoon, we'll see spotty showers. Things will be more so damp unless you're exactly underneath one of those rain bands. That being said, look for more rain chances into Thursday, potentially into Friday. A slight thunderstorm chance on Saturday, but we're going to be warm and humid as temperatures warm all the way up to potentially 85 degrees mark. We could do that all over again into Monday next week, but eventually a cold front comes through that's going to bring some chances to see some showers of thunderstorms. Almost each and every single day is unsettled in that extended forecast.
Very summery forecast.
Yes, it is.
All right. Thank you, Chris. There's more to come on News for Now at noon. Up next, let's see what Howard's working on in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
You've probably had your eggs scrambled, sunny side up and even poached. But have you ever had them like we're making them today?
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Do you suffer from chronic or severe back or neck pain? Did you know that there's now a treatment method available right here at Midwest Spine and Nerve Center that offers hope of avoiding spinal surgery for those suffering with bulging, herniated, or degenerative discs? Our therapies help reduce pain related to these conditions and have a high success rate in helping people just like you avoid back or neck surgery.
I've experienced low back pain for over 15 years. I had back surgery when I was 26 and had difficulties recovering. The doctors at Midwest Spine and Nerve Center have given me a new lease on life. I am now able to enjoy an active, pain-free lifestyle.
Call Midwest Spine and Nerve Center now to schedule a no-obligation consultation to see if our progressive pain-relieving therapies are right for you.
If your home's roof is showing its age or has storm damage, here's a great offer. Get a brand new top-of-the-line GAF roof with a 50-year warranty and save now. Hi, I'm Andrew Larson, owner of Larson Home Services. GAF asphalt shingles are the best, and my team has earned Master Elite status with GAF. Order now and get our best offer, up to $2,000 off, free financing for 12 months, and a $100 Visa gift card. Call today to set up your free estimate.
Erectile dysfunction for men of all ages has become much more common. In fact, most men don't realize that 90% of erectile dysfunction is a direct result of broken down old blood vessels. This causes a lack of blood flow that is critical when achieving an erection. With our state-of-the-art technology, we're able to stimulate new stem cell growth right in our office with no pills, no needles, no surgery, and no pain.
To book your consultation and get back to natural functionability, call Peak Performance for Men today.
You're a hard worker. Provide for your family. Do good things in the community. Help out your neighbors. You've been there for so many others. Now, we're here for you. Your local Wisconsin energy and emergency assistance providers are working together to keep you safely in your home and your heat and power on. Apply now for a hand up.
If you've ever been to an English pub or a church potluck, then you're probably familiar with pickled eggs. If you're not familiar with them, you're probably thinking, really? Pickled eggs? Let me assure you that they're quite tasty and make a welcome addition to any summertime gathering. We start off by hard-boiling eggs and peeling them just like we normally would do. After they're peeled, we place them in a glass jar and set those aside. While those are cooling, we combine a good amount of white vinegar, water, some sliced garlic, a little sugar to give it a bit of a sweet and sour taste, a tablespoon of pickling spice, and some salt and pepper. After this comes to a boil, we carefully pour this over our eggs, cover them, and pop them in the fridge overnight. To make these Amish style, you can always add some beet juice or sliced beets to the brining solution. Put these out the next time your family comes over, or keep them on hand as a quick grab-and-go snack. Either way, they're sure to be a hit. To get the recipe for our tangy pickled eggs, simply visit our website. I'm Howard with Kelly in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a picklicious way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
All right, Howard. Excuse me, a reminder, we're expecting to learn whether Dane County will make changes to its mask mandate coming up in just a couple of minutes. Public health officials and local leaders are holding a press conference at the Alliant Energy Center. We have a crew on the scene. You can watch a live stream of the announcement on channel3000.com and our Facebook page. Here's Chris with one final check of the forecast.
All right, we're going to be watching for those showers and thunderstorms moving into the picture. The Platteville sky camera behind me shows you where the rain is, and I just got a text from a friend in Middleton saying that the first raindrops are starting to fall there. So it's moving into the Madison area as we speak. Temperatures have reached their cap at this point. We're right around 74 to 75 degrees. And now as the rain starts to come in, our temperatures will slowly start to fall just a little bit. 80s are on the forecast, though, or in the horizon. Those should arrive by Thursday and take us through the weekend and early next week.
All right, grab your umbrella. We'll see you back here at 4 o'clock. Have a great afternoon.